On Larry King Now, two of boxing's greats, Iron Mike Tyson and Evander the Real Deal Holyfield.
Life is difficult for me. I can entertain people, I can get high ratings, but living life is pretty hard.
Why did you bite
I
him?
said sorry.
No, but why did you bite him?
Then it turned out to be bigger than life than what it is, because everywhere I went, people like saying, man, you know, that's a great thing.
Made you more famous than you ever could have been, even a five-time champion.
Yeah,
That's right.
I think so.
Plus, how do you think it would have come out had you continued to fight?
Well, I hope I would have won. I just hope I would have won. I probably would have bit him again.
It's all next on Larry King Now. We welcome, what a show we've got coming for you today on Larry King Now. Mike Tyson, his one-man show, Mike Tyson Undisputed Truth, will air as a TV special on HBO on November 16th and tour internationally in 2014. His memoir, also titled Undisputed Truth, comes out on November 12th. You can catch the finale of his docuseries, Being Mike Tyson, on Fox Sports 1 this coming Tuesday, October 22nd at 10:30 p.m. Later, we'll be joined by Evander the Real Deal Holyfield, who he knows pretty well, and Hank Barry, the founder of Global Village Champions. I know you...
And lead singer of the Klansmen.
Lead singer of the Klansmen. You was Kingsman.
Kingsman, forgive me.
You was... Klansman, no, he saw where you're coming from. Okay, you were supposed to be with us at the end of August, and then you came out that night and admitted that you had gone back on. How's everything now?
I'm fine. Today is 2 months. No drinking, no weed, no...
Why is it so hard to get off it? Why is it so... I'm asked as a neophyte. Why?
I don't know. It's just that it was difficult for me to live in life. Life is difficult for me. You know, I could do a lot of... I could entertain people. I could sell places out. I could get high ratings, but living life is pretty hard, just living.
But when those moments when you do fall off and go back, is it usually an event? Does something happen?
Yeah, normally everything's going great. Very rarely when things are going bad, I
Really?
lose, yeah.
They're going great and you do it.
Yeah, hey, Larry, I don't know what's going on. I'm just back on the wagon. I fall off, I jump off, I fall on, I jump off. I'm just trying to stay alive.
You're always so honest about it, though. You know, you're always open about it.
Man, what the hell? We're just human, you know. No, I don't know if we're human. We're animals learned to be human beings, I guess, really.
You recently let cameras into your life for a docuseries, Being Mike Tyson, on Fox Sports. Why?
Now, that was intrusive.
Why did you let that happen?
Well, first, I have no damn money, Larry, right? And then I need the extra bucks. And I wish I didn't do it because it's so intrusive. I've never been...
Are you embarrassed by any of it?
Kind of.
Really?
Kind of, yeah.
Sorry you did it?
I don't know. I start to go in that direction sometimes. I think I wish I didn't do this stuff.
Were you sober during the filming?
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
You've watched the show?
I watched a few episodes, yeah.
When you look at yourself in reality terms, how did you feel?
I don't know. I think if I was... I didn't like the way my voice sounded. I believe if I wasn't smoking, my voice wouldn't have been so raspy and hoarse.
You were critical.
Yeah, extremely critical.
You also created the one-man show based on your life, Mike Tyson Undisputed Truth. That was very... You're still doing that, right?
Yeah, I just finished. I had a show in Oakland, California. In 3 weeks, I'm going to Dubai, and I'm going to take it internationally, go to the West End.
Spike Lee directed it, huh?
Yes.
How'd that come about?
Well,
Mike Tyson doing theater.
Well, you know, me and my wife was driving down the 15 in Las Vegas, and we saw Chaz Palminteri, A Bronx Tale, on stage. So we went, we saw it, and man, it was just amazing.
Amazing show.
I was just totally captivated by the whole dynamics of his performance. And I was explaining to my wife, I said, baby, I believe I could do something to that degree, because when I'm in Europe and Asia, I'm on stage talking about my life, but the only thing that's different is that I'm taking answers, questions from the crowd, and it just took on a life of its own.
Did you enjoy it?
I really did.
You like doing the same thing every night, going out and doing it?
I just like entertaining people. Even if it's 10,000 people or one person, I just like doing that stuff.
You also have a biography coming out, right? Also,
yeah, I do. I really do.
Boy, you're everywhere, Mike.
Hey, it's better than being nowhere.
Yeah, you got a point. Will anything in the book shock us?
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll be surprised. You always surprise people.
I like that. I look at it as normal. You may think it's normal because you're from Brownsville. You know it's normal. Everybody else think it's so out-fetching.
Yeah.
Wow, he did that.
We come from the same neighborhood. You also started Iron Mike Productions. What is that?
That's the fight promotion company, and I was very fortunate to promote two sensational young amateur fighters, and I'm just very grateful that I'm able to do something like that to give back to the sport that gave me so much.
So you're looking for young fighters?
Yeah, they just want to be the best, you know. And they don't have to be the greatest fighters in the world, but they want to be the best fighters in the world. Yes, and I'll be interested.
Did Don King teach you anything about promoting?
Well, he taught me what not to do. He told me not to, but not to.
You ever hear from him?
No, not much. I see him around, but I don't.
I don't see him around. Is he in Florida?
He comes out every now and then.
Yeah. The Olympics got a little angry, right? They thought that you were taking these amateurs and making professional too early.
Well, I can't believe they thought that because everyone does this, and I'm just doing what everyone else does. You know, you have to talk to the young fighters and their parents because they make the choice to turn professional, and I was just there to sign them. But it wasn't necessarily that I was in their face. You come with me, and I'll make you the champ of the world. I'll give you all the money in the world. You'll be rich with me. We met them. We spoke with them, and my partner, Gary, was just, I guess he fascinated them, and they wanted to come with us.
Do you also want to train fighters?
Well, I would love to do that, but, you know, it's going to be difficult while I'm promoting them, so maybe
Do you think you'd be a good trainer?
I believe so, yes.
In retrospect, we're going to meet Evander in a minute. As you assess yourself, how great a fighter were you?
I don't know. I was okay.
Just okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'll never look at myself as being wise in my own eyes. You know, that's just for other people to make that assumption. You know, I perform, and everybody else could give me their appreciation, and else they don't like me. Everybody doesn't like my style of fighting. People like boxers. Some people like sluggers. I just like to be an exciting fighter.
But you like to hit people.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes.
When we
I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to do it.
Okay. I'm not going to tempt you.
Thank you.
When we get back, a former rival of Mike Tyson's will be joining us. You will not want to miss this. Don't go away. We're back. The only 5-time heavyweight champion of the world, Evander the Real Deal Holyfield, now joins us with Mike Tyson. We will discuss their campaign to fight world hunger. They're doing a great job. We'll discuss that in a little while, but we have to go back to June 28th, 1997, a fight both of you will remember. What is your memory of that fight?
Well, I bit his ear, and then I lost a lot of money, and then I'm suspended for a long time. Then I went to the psych ward for a few. You know, I had to visit the psych ward. Oh, you can't always visit the psych ward when you bite somebody, you know, worldwide in front of millions and millions of people.
Mike,
so.
Why did you bite him?
I said sorry.
No, but why did you bite him?
Because I had to. I wanted to. I bit his ear. I didn't mean to bite his ear. I bit his ear. I didn't really mean to do it.
All right, Evander, let's get it from your standpoint. What happened?
I just know I got bit.
I'm sorry. I said I was sorry. I was really sorry.
Now, what were you shocked?
Of course. I'll tell you tell how I jumped. That I was shocked. And, you know, it was...
He did jump pretty high. He really jumped high.
Now, where in the fight was this? What round was it?
Third round.
Third round. Were you winning?
Yeah.
Was he winning?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you sense...
I was coming on, though, a little bit, though.
Did you... What, were you in a clinch? What's your memory? What happened?
When he clenched me under my arms, and I took my head in, you know, because you use you like this, get like this, but when you look at the tape, it's like I put my ear in his mouth. When I did like this, you see like everything coming together. When I did it, it just, and I had to jump twice to get out of it. Sorry.
Did it hurt?
Oh, of course it did. Of course it did.
What did they do then? What happened in the fight? I'm trying to remember. Did they stop the fight?
No, not right then and there. No, what happened, the commissioner, the doctor got in, and he looked at it and said, "Oh, you can go on." Because Mill Lane was getting ready to cancel it. And Mill Lane asked him, he said, "Oh, he's good, he can go back
Was there a piece of your ear off?
Yeah.
Where was the piece?
I don't know, I wasn't thinking about that.
Did it land up on the floor?
Yeah.
I believe so.
You must, in retrospect, Mike, wonder why you did it. Why did you do it?
Because I'm crazy a little bit, and I was bleeding all over the place, and I was frustrated, and I just...
Did you say in the ring that you were sorry?
No, I didn't.
Were you sorry?
Well, not at that moment. I wasn't sorry. I wasn't sorry then. No.
What happened the rest of the fight?
Well, after that, I got pushed, and then all of a sudden when they said fight back, Mike was doing like this, come on. And so, of course, I was angry, and I'm getting ready to run out there. And one of my corner guy named Tim Hallmark said, "Keep your mind on the Lord," because this prophet had told me that something bad gonna happen like that. And so it kind of made me mad because I was getting ready to bite him back. And so
why were you gonna bite me
back?
back?
Yeah, I was gonna bite you back.
Fair is fair.
I was gonna bite him back. Then the guy said it again, and I realized they can always get the person who come and try to get back, they get you worse.
Correct.
So, I held up. Then I come in there, I hit Mike 2 shots, and he backed the other ear. And I skipped back, and I get ready to kick him. And the guy shouted again, "Keep your mind on the Lord." Like then the bell rung. And I go back to the corner, and I'm breathing hard. It's just now it become to a point that I don't really know who I am now, because I'm just mad. And so Mill Lane stopped the fight. He just stopped the fight.
And what was it called? Who won?
Disqualification.
You were disqualified. Did you accept that?
No way.
You thought they shouldn't have disqualified?
At the time, I didn't know.
How do you think it would have come out had you continued to fight?
Well, I hope I would have won. I just hope I would have won. I probably would have bit him again. Bit him again because I was really angry too.
You must have. After the fight, did you speak to him? What happened after?
Well,
we didn't speak for a while though.
Yeah, well, not right then and there. And it was like when the fight was over, at that time, I had already prayed and asked God what this is all about. He said, "Forgiven." And I was like, "Forgiven?" Like this, and I'm mad. Then God gave me an insight, said, "How many rounds you go?" I said, 3. He said, "How long you box amateur?" I said, "For 12 years. How much you get paid for 3 rounds?" "Nothing." He said, "How much you get paid this time?" And I said, $35 million. Then I realized that he said, "Forgive." So in the point of the forgiving, then it turned out to be bigger than life than what it is, because everywhere I went, people said, "Man, that's a great thing." So everything started
It made you more famous than you ever could have been, even a 5-time champion.
Yeah, I think so.
And you made $35 million.
Yeah.
But we'll be back with Mike and Evander, discuss the current state of boxing. Don't go away. And you didn't get it till 12 years later on Oprah's show, right?
No, that's not true.
What happened?
That's not true. I've seen him before then.
And what happened? Did you forgive each other before that?
Yeah, it was like our first encounter after that, we was at Madison Square Garden at an All-Star game. And I hear people hollering, saying, "Look out, look out." And I was like, wondering what they were saying, "Look out." And I looked up, Mike was over my head. And he put his hand down there. And I shook his hand, and I realized that, hey, everything's good. But everybody thought I was getting ready to get clocked. But he just stood there, and he had on the big bear coat, and he reached over and shook my hand. And then everybody kind of like, "Look at this, man."
So it was before Oprah.
Yeah.
How come your ears are perfect now?
It's not. It's just a little dip. It's just, see, you kind of got that little dip.
I said sorry.
You said sorry.
Yeah.
All right, I want you to assess each other. How good a fighter was he?
Legendary, great fighter.
What made him great?
Persistent competitiveness and will to win.
What made him a great fighter?
Very competitive. Most competitive fight I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, very competitive.
What was his special thing?
Great counterpuncher, too. Great counterpuncher.
Well, with Mike, I'd seen Mike in the amateur, he outworked everybody. And I'd seen him hit the bag and stuff, and I would come back later and try to hit it like that. Couldn't do it. And so, people said, why are you always giving Mike credit? Because I realized that his arm's shorter than mine. I said, when somebody hitting somebody 6'3" and 6'4", I said, his arm's short. I said, for him to do that, I said, man, that's amazing. I said, you know what? I said, I believe I could be the heavyweight champion of the world because Mike became. That's because of the fact that he was a small guy. Regardless of how big they were trying to say Mike is, I said, I trained with him. I understand. He bust him up. So, I figured if Mike can do it,
How hard did he hit?
Well, I can't really say how hard he hit because he never did catch me with the good ones.
You never hit him good?
Can't get him.
How hard did he hit?
Very hard. Really, I didn't feel the punches because I was so blacked out. I could never see him or feel him, but I could hear him. Pow, 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 pow.
How important do you think did your upbringing lead to your boxing career? Do you think the way you grew up?
I do, yes.
Were you poor?
Well, yes. Yeah. Well, my mama said I wasn't. She said she was. And she said, but if you don't make the same mistake, you won't be poor. And so, but I was young as a 9, and I got tore up by everybody. My first goal was to be better than my brothers and sisters because they beat me and everything. So I had that fire in me because I had to dodge them backhand my mama always threw, and I had to get them hands up.
You grew up a lot tough, huh?
Yeah.
How would you describe your neighborhood?
It's really drug infested, violence infested, crime infested, just a big cesspool most of the time.
When did you want to be a fighter?
I never thought about being a fighter till I was in a detention school, and a gentleman by the name of Bobby Stewart would box with the kids if they behaved well and got in the levels, and they could blow up some steam, and then he started showing me how to box. I never had a pair of boxing gloves on in my life. I was probably 12, 13. I never had a pair of boxing gloves on in my life. And he said, you can do this. Since I started training with him, and then he took me to Custom Model, and he said, if you could change your life and not have to go back to, and that was really...
Had he lived, your life would have been better.
I don't know. My life is really cool now, but things happen for a reason. You can't never say what this guy, because then you're doubting God, because nothing happens by coincidence.
You still believe in God?
Huh?
You believe in God?
I believe in God. I wonder if God believe in me, but I believe in God.
You always believe in God, right?
Well, yes.
Did you like hitting people?
I like winning. And if that came to hitting people, knocking them out, yeah, well, I loved it.
Did you like your opponents?
No, they didn't exist in my mind. Their feelings and stuff didn't exist in my mind, no. Till the ring fight was over. But other than that,
Ali told me that despite all his poems and everything, that guy wanted to hit him. And he, if not afraid, he was concerned. Were you concerned about getting hit?
Well, I knew I was going to get hit. I wasn't a good defensive guy, but I realized I could hit him back.
Were you concerned about getting hit?
Not really. I didn't get hit much in fighting. If you count, I didn't get hit as much as most of you. I count up all the heavyweights that ever fought, I probably got hit the less.
Even though you were a straight walk-in?
I had a pretty decent defense, So I didn't really get hit that much. I was a short guy. Most guys had to punch down. So I was pretty good in that department.
Did you call him a counterpuncher?
Well,
or a counterbiter?
Well, Mike was like a rattlesnake.
A rattlesnake?
Yeah, but he was like, he had a distance look like he couldn't get you, and he get you like that, and so that was always.
Look at you.
I'm afraid to get out of here. Is boxing a one-man? Is Floyd Mayweather boxing now?
Well, yeah, you would have to say that. He is.
What's happened to the game?
I don't know. There's the game has changed a lot. The game has changed a lot. Fighters are not as exciting as they used to be. The best fighters are not fighting the best fighters. Everybody avoiding one another. Floyd Mayweather is a fighting businessman. He picks his fights, which is a smart thing to do. And
you respect him?
Well, a lot. I think his training, the way he trained, and he take care of the body. I just believe that anybody take care of their body gonna have a long go.
What happened to the heavyweight division?
I don't know. I'm not in it.
I know, but there's no great heavyweights fighting?
Well, the Klitschko's are pretty good. They're winning in the fights. We just don't like them because they're not American heavyweights. They don't fight like we're accustomed to. They don't take chances. But they're winning fights. They're close to Larry Holmes and Joe Louis as far as title defenses are concerned. But they're just not what we consider the heavyweight guys. They're not in there slugging it out, risking, taking chance, and making exciting fights.
You agree?
Well, I just think that the boxing shows that every so often it dies for its heavyweight. And it's the little guys that always turn it up. You know, I just know when after Ali, it didn't come back to Mike. What
do you make of these kickboxing fighters? The what do you make of that?
Hey, listen, that's good stuff too. And there's enough room for boxing and MMA. You know, it's just that the boxers right now are not stepping up to the plate. MMA is bringing so many other dynamics to the table. They're bringing an entertainment factor there, which boxing doesn't have.
Yank Barry joins us next. We are now joined by the philanthropist, two-time Nobel Prize nominee, and founder of Global Village Champions, Yank Barry. You might also know him from the popular 60s band, The Kingsmen, and their hit, Louie Louie. How did you go from Louie Louie to Global Village Champion?
In the 60s and 70s, I was in the music business. I went into sports management in the 80s and got involved in the We Are the World project on the philanthropic side. And it became really, really addictive feeding kids in Ethiopia. And one of my best friends was Muhammad Ali. And I told Ali one day we're going to feed kids together. I ended up in the food business in 1990 and got Muhammad as my spokesperson. And we started feeding kids. And I told Muhammad that in 20 years we're going to feed 1 billion children. And to date we're at 956 million documented meals without donations.
And have you enlisted these two?
Evander became our goodwill ambassador. Muhammad's health started failing, as you know, Larry.
Yeah.
And 2 years ago, we took Asia off the map for him and appointed Manny Pacquiao as our Asian goodwill ambassador. And last year, Ali and I had a meeting and had to pick a new goodwill ambassador, and it was Evander. And Evander brought in Mike.
And you brought him in?
Yep.
So what did you think when Evander called you and said, I want you to get involved in this project?
Well, it's not like I was doing anything, of course, you know. I just said, hey, yeah, okay, good. We're going to feed some people. And as bad as I'm doing now, you know, I may be a recipient of some of this food that they're giving away.
Since it's vegetarian, right?
Yeah, tell me about it. Shoot.
So how does it work? How does it work?
How it works is I'm Canadian. I became an offshore resident of the Bahamas, and I made a deal with the big guy that whatever I would pay in tax, we're a very successful company. We're in 57 countries. I said I would give to children. So I've been writing the checks for 19 years.
How does it go? How does the food?
We have champions in every country. It started with Muhammad, Gary U.S. Bonds, the rock and roll singer, my wife Yvette, then Celine Dion came in, another Montrealer, and champions started coming in from everywhere, offering their services to distribute food. And in 1993, we went to the Ivory Coast. We got a call from Jimmy Carter that a Catholic nun by the name of Sister Beltran from Conyers, Georgia, was stranded in the Ivory Coast with 480 amputee children. Could we help her? She had no food. I called Ali, we flew over, and all the press were there. And we'd already fed maybe 10 or 15 million kids below the radar. And they said, what's the name of your organization? We didn't even have a bank account. We had no name. I said, Global Village, and Ali went, Champions. And that's how it started in 1993.
Wow. You must be very proud to be a member of Evander. You're the guy now, right?
Yeah, I'm honored.
Evander just came back he just fed over 1.2 million homeless in England for 33 days. And he was in the Philippines with myself and Manny Pacquiao. We've had 2.5 million there. And he's going to Bulgaria with me to release another 18 refugee families from the camps.
Isn't it a great reward to help people?
It is, but I guess the main part me coming up as a kid. If I didn't get in to help, I wouldn't be who I am. So it's easy for me to give back.
How do people help?
How they could help before was just as volunteers. Now we're going into uncharted waters, Larry. We're in the freeing refugee business, which is a tough business. It's never been done. I've managed to convince the country of Bulgaria to allow us to have refugees brought out of the camps after they're screened and become residents of the EU. We're paying the entire tab. It's the first time we're asking people to go to our website and make a contribution. We have never accepted.
Website?
It's gogbc.com or globalvillagechampions.org, www.50families.
And when is Mike going to start going?
Mike's doing a thing for us we have a thing that we started last year called the Christmas in January. We started it in Phoenix, Arizona with Muhammad Ali. And Mike's going to head up our Christmas in January in Las Vegas with the Boxing Hall of Fame. And then hopefully whenever he's available, he'll be a phenomenal asset to come on some of the trips with us. Especially, I've just been invited to see Mr. Assad since the noise we've been making in Bulgaria, and we'd love to have Mike on that trip.
That's gonna be a neat trick to get me down there.
Why?
I don't know. That's pretty scary down there, huh?
Mike.
I'm only playing. Okay?
You're Mike Tyson.
Yeah, you're scared.
Hey, I'm just here to help. I'm to be at service of anything in life, you know. This is my purpose. I don't have much life to live, but whatever life I have left to live, I want to be at service.
What do you make of him?
He's incredible. I met Mike several times, but when they did the show in Atlanta, I think it was the first segment of your series or the second segment, I saw Mike with Evander's son as a corner man, and it was almost like it was his kid. Mike would run over in between rounds and give him advice, and I think he was more nervous than Evander was. And I saw the Menschkeit, the goodness in him. That he really felt like
a lot of goodness in him.
Yeah, a lot of goodness in Mike.
Thank you, Larry.
No, don't be humble. You are play the violins. You are.
And I also really believe that Mike can help make a difference. It's at a point now where we have worldwide recognition. We've been the best nonprofit 2 years in a row now at 1.3 million. So obviously we're doing the right thing.
Evander proves the idea of forgiveness.
Yes.
And you have a personal forgiveness, right? Have you forgiven all those people who did you wrong?
Well, I forgave myself because the common denominator is that I was there, you know, and I don't have nobody basically to say I forgive them because I was the guy that was wrong most of the time. And so I had to forgive myself before I could even accept any forgiveness from anybody else. And all my problems, that's where it all starts. All my problems, everything starts from me. It was all me, pretty much. So
I salute all of you. You're doing a great job. Thank you, Evander.
Thank you.
Mike, kissing. You've kissed and made up already.
Stop.
Be sure to pick up Mike's memoir, Undisputed Truth, on November.
Yankees going to get the third nomination for Nobel Peace Prize. It's going to be the third. It's going to be a charmer.
And watch the finale of Being Mike Tyson on Tuesday night at 10:30 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. Remember, you can find me on Twitter at King's Things. See, don't mess with me.
Loves me.
See you next time.
Terrific.